Good morning बच्चों. Now we met after a long time and we will continue our LEZ written in a country churchyard. Start करेंगे उसको आगे. We have studied two stanzas already. Now we go further. The writer or Thomas Gray says, beneath those rugged elms that you trees shade, where heaves the turf in many a mouldering heap. Means यहाँ पर कवि जो है वो गरीब लोगों की कब्र की बात कर रहा है. Poor people's graves. These are graves of the poor, ancestors of the villagers. Those graves are nothing else but the heap of earth in decaying condition. These heaps lay under the elms and yew trees. मैं आपको हिंदी में बताना चाहूँगी कि अपनी एलईजी में गांव के गरीबों के कब्र के बारे में कवि बता रहा है. कवि अपना ध्यान गरीब गांव वालों के जो पूर्वज हैं उनकी जो कब्र हैं उनकी ओर आकर्षित करता है और कहता है कि ये जो इनकी कब्र हैं ये सिर्फ मिट्टी के ढेर के सिवाय कुछ नहीं है और ये भी बर्बाद होती हुई अवस्था में हैं. Each in his narrow cell forever laid, the rude forefathers of the hamlet sleep. The poet wants to say that the poor forefathers of the countrymen are lying under these graves, which are covered with dry grass, are uncared, for they are exposed to heat and rain. The yew trees is an evergreen tree. आपको मैं बता दूं, मीनिंग लिखिए थोड़े से. यहाँ एक शब्द आया है हमारे पास, rugged. Rugged here refers to the twisted appearance of the elm tree, which is evergreen tree. Rugged elms tree which are hard and twisted from outside. The yew trees shade. Here, turf means the surface of land matted with roots of grass. Mouldering heap means मिट्टी के बड़े बड़े डेले जो अब समाप्त हो रहे हैं. The mounds of earth now gradually tottering to decay. Each, आप जानते हैं, प्रत्येक ग्रामीण. नैरो सेल्स यहाँ आया है कब्र के लिए. फॉर एवर लेड, उनकी मृत्यु के बाद वो स्थायी रूप से कब्र में हैं. अब वो उठ नहीं सकते हैं, अब वो जीवित नहीं हो सकते हैं. रूड मीन्स यहाँ पर रस्टिक पीपुल, रस्टिक एंड सिंपल पीपुल. हेमलेट मीन्स ढाणी. ढाणी क्या है? विलेज से, गांव से छोटा जो स्थान होता है जहाँ कुछ ही मकान होते हैं, कुछ ही घर होते हैं, कुछ ही गांव वाले निवास करते हैं, उसको हम ढाणी कहते हैं. स्लीप का मतलब है मृतक अपनी कब्रों में सो रहे हैं. ऑल इन ऑल, इन दिस स्टेंजा द पोएट्स attract our attention to the graves of the poor ancestors of the villagers. Those graves are nothing but heaps of earth in decaying conditions. These heaps lay under the elms and yew tree. The poor forefathers of the countrymen are lying under these graves, which are covered with dry graves, are uncared. Nobody cared for them. कोई उनकी देखभाल नहीं करता. They are exposed to heat and rain. Now in this stanza we have a critical note also. As we have seen or known that the poet is standing in the churchyard, thinks of the poor villagers who were buried outside the church. The rich men are buried inside. The poet makes a clear contract between rich man's poor and a poor man's grave. कहने का मतलब है कि यहाँ पर कवि हमारा ध्यान गरीब और अमीर दोनों के कब्रों की ओर आकर्षित करना चाह रहा है. He says that the poor villagers are buried outside the church and the rich people of the society are buried inside the church. The richness makes these difference of outside the church and inside the church. Now, I hope all of you understand this stanza. We go further. The breezy call of incense-breathing morn, the shallow twittering from the straw-built shade, the cock's shrill clarion or the echoing horn, no more shall rouse them from their lowly badge. For them no more the blazing hearth shall burn. Here the poet change his attitude or change his mood. These lines tell us about humble graves of the people of the villagers. The poet says that the forefathers of the villagers have been lying dead in their graves. Now they cannot be aroused. They cannot be aroused or they cannot be given bath again. He describes beautiful or the charming or attractive things that can't rouse them from their cell. सुंदर सुंदर चीज़ों का, सुहावनी चीज़ों का कवि वर्णन कर रहा है, लेकिन कहता है कि वो सुंदर चीज़ें भी उनको अपनी कब्र से बाहर नहीं ला सकती हैं. कवि कहता है they cannot be aroused by any sound which is made in the surrounding atmosphere. First of all, he says that they will not be waken up anymore by the morning breeze. As we know, morning breeze is very fresh. It has full of oxygen. It gives us energy for the day, for the whole day. तो इतनी एनर्जेटिक चीज़ भी उनको दोबारा कब्र में से नहीं उठा सकती है. Now, poet says that the breeze is pleasant, fresh and fragrant and seems to be calling on nature and meant to wake up. But it cannot be arouse the dead person from their graves, from their cells. The second thing the poet talks about the swallow. The swallow is a kind of bird. एक पक्षी, कौन सा पक्षी को कहते हैं swallow? तो कह रहा है the swallow cannot wake them by chirping from her nest which is made of straw and dry grass. कवि कह रहा है कि swallow पक्षी भी उनको उनकी कब्र में से नहीं उठा सकता है अपनी मधुर चिरपिंग के द्वारा, अपनी मधुर चें 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 की आवाज़ के द्वारा, जिससे कि संगीत पैदा होता है, संगीत का आभास होता है, वो उसको उनको नहीं उठा सकते हैं. Now we have two things mentioned in the poem that are sweet, pleasant, refreshing, musical. One is morning air, atmosphere of morning, and the second is the swallow bird. the cock cannot startle them from her crowing sharply. कवि कह रहा है कि जो मुर्गा है, कॉक है, एज वी नो मुर्गा बांग देता है, वो प्रभात काल उठने का हमारा समय होता है, और उसने कहा है कि वो कॉक की आवाज़ भी, वो मुर्गे की आवाज़ भी, वो मुर्गे की बांग भी उन लोगों को अपनी कब्र में से नहीं उठा सकती हैं। इट इज टू बी रिमेंबर्ड दैट sound of the cock is quite clear like the scent of the clarion. Clarion is a kind of musical instrument, a wind instrument in which we gave or we blew breath, then it sang. Even the herdsman horn, even the herdsman horn cannot rouse them from their lowly bed, means their grave. Now we will talk about the meaning. Breezy call means the pleasant and fragrant morning winds. Incense breathing, fragrant and fresh, giving out fragrant smell, sugandhit pavan. Twittering, chirping or singing of the bird. Straw built means घास फूस से बने हुए घोंसले. Shrill, एकदम loud and sharp, कर्कश. Cock's shrill clarion. First we talk about clarion. A clarion is like a musical instrument, wind instrument. The sharp notes of the cock in the early morning. Instrument producing a shrill sound. No more यानी कभी नहीं. Shall rouse यानी जगाएगा. Them means the poor villagers or the ancestors of the poor villagers. Lowly bed means उनकी सामान्य सी कब्रें. लोली बिल्कुल निम्नतम, और बेड यानी कब्र. उन कब्रों में से वो अब नहीं उठ सकते हैं. नो वन कैन अराउज देम फ्रॉम देयर बेड. टुडे वी हैव स्टडीड 2 stanzas. I hope all of you have clear picture of these 2 stanzas. If not, you have any problem, you may ask me with the help of comment box. Any meaning, any clarification, any explanation, any figure of speech, any problem you can share me. I will try to solve your problem. Thank you.